What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video, we are going to go through some Plarium news here in regards to the next couple days for the progressive events during the CVC. So let's jump into that. All right, guys. So day one, we got right here during the first day of the CVC on April 22nd on Tuesday. We got a progressive event, guys. It's a big surprise. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, on the first day, we got some pretty good champions here. We got Legate Teox, so it looks like the faction Unity champions are showing up now. They didn't show up during the weekend Summon Rush, unfortunately. Now they're showing up during this CVC Progressive. But yeah, Legate Teox, one of the best, if not the best, faction Unity champion available currently. A1, incredible damage here, bringing in your highest crit damage ally, and then the damage is increased depending on the amount of debuffs. It's absolutely insane. He can actually hit really hard himself if you gear him to do so. He has a bunch of ignore defense here as well, and then extra turn if you kill somebody. And then this one, increase attack, increase crit damage on himself, and very easy to get the double hit off. Gets even better with a bunch of allies on the team as well. Increased damage here with 3 allies. The block revive is very scary with 2 allies. And then his passive, he gets turn meter boost whenever an enemy or an ally receives a debuff, which is pretty insane. 3 allies here, immune to sheep. All allies, not just himself. So really good champion overall. Definitely one of the best faction unity champions, and worth, I mean, you know, it's worth going for this guy because he's going to really power up a lot of your teams, like your Hydra teams. He can work in Chimera, he can work in Arena. Fire Knight, he works as well. He's got attack in all battles and accuracy for his lizard pals. Keep in mind, like, progressives are going to be very difficult to hit. You know, you got about 7% chance on non-voids, about 20% chance on voids. But man, if you're going to get lucky on a faction unity, it might as well be Teox here. He is a incredible champion. So moving on to the next champion on the non-void list, another incredible champion on day one. We got Harima here. Defense base force, damage dealer, great base defense. Incredible passive here, very relevant in the arena meta. Ignore defense effects are decreased by 25%. So it means that your savage set only works at 12.5% instead of its usual 25% ignore defense. In addition to that, she also has this really crippling ability against demon spawns. They can only weak hit, and she never weak hits against them. Very powerful. Triple hit here, builds up her defense stacks. If she kills somebody with a triple hit, she unloads the AoE. Has a provoke, but not necessarily a big thing for this ability. A1 has a chance to land decreased attack as well. Overall, just incredible champion. Can be used in lots of areas, and she can do tons and tons of work for you. She's up for grabs on day one. Up next for the non-voids, we got Duchess. Duchess as well is part of this group for CVC day one. I mean, still a great champion, still a great carry in every area in the game. She's still relevant in lots of places. Obviously fallen off quite a bit due to power creep, but at one time she was the best of the best and most sought after non-void probably. Bring the A1 small shield, got the block bust, increase attack, perfect veil on a 4-turn cooldown, team-wide heal, big HP on return, under veil and continuous heal. Speed in all battles as well, good base stats. Great champion overall, still insane. And then up next for non-voids, we have another insane champion, and it's going to be Rotos, the Lost Group. Now, Rotos, if you guys been watching my streams, he's an absolute menace out there. He's an absolute menace. Yeah, I geared him out. He's in my best damage dealer for Arena. And yeah, he's an absolute menace. You can gear him out with attack and HP stats. His damage scales off of that. He steals HP with his A2, strengthening himself. And then he's got a block revive on his A3 after this A2 is scaled up enough. The biggest thing about him is his passive. No hit can exceed 50% of his max HP. Grants an extra turn if this damage reduction occurs. So yeah, he's really tough to deal with, but in the same breath, he is really easy to deal with. UDK, Ultimate Death Knight just shuts him out right away. Harima really shuts him out as well, being Force Affinity, having the A2 triple hit, and the passive. The passive's going to shut this down quite a bit. This guy's been nerfed so many times. Was a fusion many years ago. But yeah, he's still relevant. Kind of crazy actually. And rounding out the non-voids, we actually, yeah, basically all great non-voids, all very relevant in today's game. We got, what's his face? There he is, not Snick Track, sorry, Nishak. Nishak. He brings the AoE bombs, on a 2-turn, and then he can instantly reduce the 2-turn down to a 1-turn. His AoEs hit pretty decent. So you can gear him out for some decent damage as well. And then the bombs for the finish. This guy's actually really good against bosses as well, because when the bombs tick off, they leave two poisons behind, which is actually good for boss damage as well. His A1 also leaves bombs. Really cool champion actually. He was a Christmas fusion a couple years ago. And I believe he was also a guarantee champion at one point. So there's a couple opportunities to get this guy, and yeah, he's one of the better bomb champions available right now. So definitely a good champion to pick up. All right, let's head to the voids, and now the voids are also very insane. Like obviously, Plarium is yeah, just giving us the goods to try to get us to unload the shards. We got the Bannerlords here. We got Maritka. Now Maritka is, oh man, Maritka is. This one I want big time. Incredible base stats, great base speed in all battles here. We got an A1 with the ally to join in. Very strong A1. He's got a 3-turn, 40% heal, which is massive. A shield, a strengthen, which is insane. It's an insane recovery ability on the A2. The A3 on a 4-turn cooldown, it's a 4-turn cleanse, turn meter fill. And then the turn meter will increase for each debuff. Also has increased resistance for each debuff removed. Extra turn if 5 or more debuffs were removed. Yeah, and then of course her passive, which is probably the most relevant and best part of her kit. When she dies, she revives everyone. And she also places block damage on everybody if, an ally receives a bomb, poison, or HP burn. So this is very relevant in today's arena meta. Obviously, she hard counters bombs quite a bit. But yeah, sometimes I forget about this passive and it's just absolutely bonkers. So it is on a cooldown, a 3-turn cooldown, but you only need it to go off once. Insane champion. I would love this champion, but I am right up against Void. I'm right after the Void Mercy. So I literally just pulled a Void legendary, so I can't even, unless I want to go all in and pull 200 Void shards and then hope for Maritka on a 20% chance. It's really hard sell for me. But she will come again. Up next for the voids, another insane champion. We got Yumiko. Yumiko, still the engine that powers the trend of teams for Hydra. Hydra's kind of dead content nowadays, but she's got the reset ability that can reset herself, which is kind of busted. She's got this busted Hex. She's got this busted passive ability as well. Yeah, she's pretty interesting champ. She's a Void legendary, right? And she definitely plays like a Void legendary. Still one of the best. Lockouts nowadays not super relevant, but still very good in arena. Obviously we just got Fabian and all that stuff, but Yumiko is a Void, Void champion. She doesn't weak hit on the lockouts and stuff, whereas Fabian can weak hit, so she does have that advantage. And of course, she has that added utility where she can reset abilities for your team. And she can, do her own kind of nastiness, right? The Hex transfer is very nasty. And then the turn meter stuff, very nasty as well. Good base stats too for a kind of support champion. And lastly, for the voids here on day 1, we got King Narses from the Night Revenant. Yeah, one of my biggest regrets in this game was not having 110 void shards ready for this guy. When he was a guarantee 2 Valentine's days ago. Meta defining champion here, dealing with the Taras Maritka, meta, almost 24,000 HP. Actually, that's kind of insane. It's got this block revive, which is pretty nuts. And then, of course, this double hit slam here is pretty massive, ignoring passive effects and all that stuff. He works really well with Ancora because Ancora has a chance to reset his abilities, which makes him a huge threat. He's a huge offensive threat. I mean, if you build him kind of slow, Stone Skin, and he kind of survives, and he gets a turn, this thing can just annihilate some teams. Just annihilate. I don't see him used too often anymore, but at some point he was just an absolute menace in the arena. Probably a little bit power crept nowadays. So anyways, guys, that's day 1. Let's head on to day 2 and see what we're working with here. So yeah, obviously Plarium knew exactly what they're doing. So on day 2, we're looking at Volcanos. Volcano's probably the other, sorry, he's a demon spawn, the other best faction unity champion. Now this guy is super relevant for arena nowadays. He's just an absolute beast. His HP burns do ridiculous amounts of damage. Yeah, with 3 faction allies, it bypasses all of this protection. It's just absolutely nuts. Also places irresistible fears. His passive here, whenever enemies receive a buff or has turn meter increase, has a 50% chance to place HP burns. Now this is really nasty. So he can like counter somebody like Cicia and all that stuff. Yeah, it's just forcing them to take tons and tons of damage. Cannot be resisted with 1 ally, which is really good. Don't have to build them with accuracy. He also gets tankier. And then, of course, there's going to be a block revive applied to enemies under HP burn. So really, really nuts. Usually, when I play against this guy, I can outspeed them, but I'm taking so much damage from this HP burn. As soon as this guy takes a turn, like, my whole team is dead. It's, yeah, this guy's a really, really strong champion. Obviously a menace in those faction-specific teams. Very nasty. So he's going to be up for grabs on day 2. And then what do we got here for the non-voids? First of all, we got Artak, was a free champion during the Call of the Arbiter series promo. He's actually an insane free champion. One of the best ever free champions, I would say. AoE extension on the HP burn. It's got the activate HP burns here with the decreased attack. And then he applies it here on the A3. Also restores max HP. He has some weird passive where he gains more damage when he has more destroyed max HP. It's a bit of a negative when you're trying to use him against Ice Golem, because the more damage he does, the more likelihood that the Ice Golem might slam you and kill you in some situations. So it's, yeah, it doesn't really fit, but I mean, still okay, I guess. Some people use him for a campaign farmer as well, like when they got him really early, and he's totally viable. Bunch of AoEs, right? Yeah, great champion. Definitely one of the best free champions, free login champions like ever. Really, really strong. What's up next? We got Cupidus up next. From the Sacred Order, we got Cupidus. Now, this guy, I mean, he's got the HP burn AoE, so you can kind of use him for like Hydra, kind of use him for like general wave content. It's got a self buff, single target slam, and then his A1 just slices and dices. This passive here with Venus is pretty nuts. So if you have Venus on the same team, yeah, always counterattacks with A1 and just absolutely slices people up. But otherwise, he's not too crazy or anything like that. At one point, he was kind of meta almost, arena meta, but not so much anymore, but still a decent champion. Up next for non-voids, we have from the Shadowkin, Mishnaki. Now, Mishnaki is one of the best, I mean, total package Hydra champions. Bringing a AoE decreased defense, decreased attack, AoE hex, big passive here that just unloads damage. His A1 brings the HP burn and hits pretty hard. He's defense based, so he's not easy to kill off. And yeah, he just brings tons of damage, brings lots of solid debuffs for the Hydra. Great champion. He checks off so many boxes for Hydra. It's pretty insane. At the very top end, Mishnaki probably doesn't get used because Hex can be covered by, you know, Curse Set. And then at that point, he's just a decreased defense and damage. And there's probably better damage dealers than Mishnaki. So if you don't need those debuffs, or if you have rosters that can make up for them, you can probably find like a better damage dealer than Mishnaki. But up until then, he's an insane Hydra champion. And he can actually do some work in, I mean, even early arena can work. He has a bit of a strip here, buff removal. And of course, AoE decreased defense, and he hits. He hits. He has a couple AoEs, and he hits pretty hard. So, great champion overall. Lastly, for the non-voids here, back to Demon Spawn, we got Cicia Flametongue. Cicia Flametongue is very good. She's a very good champion, especially for Spider. Works pretty well in Hydra as well. Places AoE HP burns, places decreased defense and weaken. And yeah, it has a triple hit here. She can do pretty good. She covers a lot of debuffs, can pitch in a little bit of damage. Like I said, she's great for Spider. Especially the A2 where you instantly activate the HP burns. So that's really good. Not a bad champion to have in your roster for sure. Has a bit of a partner bonus here with cardio, but I don't think it's super relevant or anything like that. But yeah, really squishy champion. Has a pretty good base attack, but you're not going to build her out to like crank crazy damage. Most of her damage is going to be from HP burns plus activations, and then she brings the decreased defense and weaken, which is very useful. After that, let's go for the voids. Now this gets a little spicy here. We're going to the lizardmen. We got Sulfurion. Now Sulfurion is an interesting champion. He's one of the best, I would say, like total package champions almost. He has heals. He has heals from his passive. So whenever HP burns go off, you also get a bit of a heal. He has an HP burn AoE on his A2, bringing a shield, and the shield can be pretty decent sized. Got the A1 turn meter fill, and then he has a team revive here. So this champion brings a bunch of turn meter, a bunch of heals, HP burn for damage, big shield, and a team revive. He kind of has it all. Great champion. I use him quite a bit in live arena to burn through some stone skin. You do need like, a reasonable blessing to do so. And of course, really fast and really decent accuracy. But yeah, he's very good. He's good in Chimera. He's good in Hydra. He's good in wave-based content. He's basically just good everywhere. So great champion overall. He is void, so it's not something that's easily gotten. After that, we have Supreme Gaelic. Supreme Gaelic, I believe, is a free promo code champion. I don't know if he's still available, but this guy is actually really good. He's one of the few AoE block buff champions on a 3-turn cooldown. So that works really good. Also potentially bringing decreased speed as well on the same ability. HP burn already applied as well. Very strong A3. This A3 is really good, especially for Hydra. His A2 here has a chance to trigger HP burns, also self-buffs himself, it's multi-hit. And then his A1 has a chance to increase duration. So kind of similar to like Artak, but I think his A1 and A2 are worse than Artak's, but his A3 is just incredible. His passive here, whenever he receives any kind of hard CCs, instantly remove it, then heals this champion and grants extra chance. So it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting passive. It's actually kind of strong, to be honest. But his best place is going to be Hydra, where he can land the block buffs, HP burn, and potentially decrease speed. It's a very strong A3 for Supreme Gaelic. And the last void on the day 2 is Reho Bone Spear. Reho Bone Spear was a guaranteed void legendary. She was the first guaranteed void legendary. I believe she was 90, I want to say 90 void shards. I mean, she's still relevant in a lot of areas. She's got, 6 debuffs on the A2. Great candidate for like a feral set. Very good for single target bosses. And then she has a 3-turn cooldown cleanse, team cleanse with the block debuffs and a big heal, 35% HP, and then more healing depending on the amount of debuffs removed. Very good cleanse here. A1 providing continuous heals. And a passive, which is, fun, interesting. It's on a 3-turn cooldown, unfortunately. But when receiving debuffs, transit them from this champion back to the attackers. Can be very interesting to use. Initially, when I got her, I used her against Hegemons. When Hegemons were still using like CCs and stuff, this would send them back. Also, she offers her cleanse, of course. You can even use her against like the hard dragon. You can send back some poisons. You can use her against the viper form, against chimera, send back the poisons. She's pretty good in chimera as well, especially with all the relevant debuffs here. They're all really good. Very good in clan boss. Can be used for speed 2 teams for clan boss, for example. Not so good for Hydra because she's not AoE or anything like that. Very good for Sand Devil. She's going to make it into a lot of Sand Devil teams, Shogun teams. Still a pretty relevant champion and one of the coolest looking champions as well. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Just a couple days worth of progressive events. You know, nothing too crazy or out of the norm. It is a non-personal reward CVC, so going crazy on that doesn't really make too much sense depending on what clan you're in. But they made it pretty hard, especially with the day one. Day one, with Teox, Maritka, Yumiko, some really nice champions in that day one pool. Day two is not as nice, but obviously Volcanos is in there as well. So, you know, those progressive events, right? They're pretty scammy. Like, you can only get them 7% chance, right? The non-voids, and the voids about 20% chance. It's just not reasonable to you know, expect yourself to get any of these champions, especially the non-voids, unless you're willing to spend some serious dough. So definitely worth it just to probably hold on to your shards and see what happens on the weekend to follow. There's going to be a summon rush coming on the weekend. The calendar was released for the week, so that's something to keep in mind. And if you made it this far into the video, I will be streaming for CVC, so make sure you guys drop on by for that. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you guys for watching till the end. Appreciate your time as always. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.